So, hello and welcome. Thank you for watching. So, this is a demo breakdown session of a session I had with a client. The problem was around strategy calls. So, this client is in business too, and she's having strategy calls, and she was getting too many no's. So, I am going to show you the whole session with everything that happened, and I'm going to explain what happens, and you will get a better picture and a better understanding of what conversational hypnosis is and what makes it so different and so much more effective and long-lasting compared to traditional techniques, theories, traditional systems of working with clients. So this is gonna blow your mind, so stay on for this.
So what's up?
What did I message you about? What was I saying? Oh, so after our first session, I was like, okay, I'm doing good. I don't have this like constant like feeling of this roller coaster. I'm doing well. Still had like a 6K week last week. The week before had one new client, but so that's technically a slow week for me. But that would have been a really big week in the past. But seems like I'm normalizing like 5K weeks, which is good. But I think that sometimes I felt like the more I was doing more ACH sessions with clients, the more I'd get on sales calls and struggle to like follow a script. But then I'd struggle to even tell them what I could help them with, because I was like not confused, but it's like, how do you even explain it? You know what I mean? Like, and so I don't know, Scott reckons maybe I'm coming to my own conclusions, but I don't know. It just seemed a bit, yeah, it just was a bit rough because I was getting a lot of no's.
So that's the first setting. So we asked a very simple question of what's up, what's the problem, what brought you here? And the client will open up. She will open up and tell you all her conclusions, all her conscious conclusions about what the problem really is. And that's all symptom levels. So she's getting a lot of no's. There's something around feeling confused about it. And we're just in this stage, we're just exploring the problem. It's like a hypnotic interview, we call it, and it's really the most important part of this whole thing. But maybe you have seen, there's no report, there's no, I need to synchronize what she's doing or anything. We had a session before, which resolved a lot of stuff, but there was something missing, and that's what she's presenting now. So that's what's going on. So I'm just there curious, asking questions and finding out what's really the problem.
More than usual.
Okay. And how is it now?
I haven't really had anything today at all, which has been actually quite nice. Yeah.
So rest day, more or less.
Yeah, well, more like catching up on stuff that we had to do marketing wise, and rest day from calls, which was good.
So what have you asked yourself when you thought, you're getting no's?
And there we have it. It's the first unconscious moment. It's a question which made her think. And it's a question you can discern like conscious and unconscious answers by the speed and by the body language accompanying the speech and the speed. So it's the first like gazing, contemplating, thinking. And watch what happens.
That's a good question. What have I asked myself? I don't even know. Why is it so funny to me?
That's another thing. I mean, all kind of emotions, reactions are a sign that something subconscious is starting to happen. We're not at the end yet, but it's just, it catches her unaware. So where's the induction? Where's the report? Where are the language patterns? We're just having a conversation and already there's something going on.
I don't know. Maybe I was expecting this not so early.
Again, this is because this client is using the same method. She knows what we're doing, but still we are caught unaware because we have our own blind spots, and we get stuck as any other people too. So it's really, it's sometimes so fascinating how fast you get into this deeper layer. And she said, I didn't expect it to come out that early or so. So we're like 2 minutes in and already something is happening. So that's what I mean by conversational hypnosis does the therapy first and the trance later. So it's not trance. It doesn't look like hypnosis, but it's already like something is going on. And this laughter is also a first part of subconscious moments. There are many more to come.
I don't know. So I go into freak out mode and I'm like, I need to change a script, or something I said didn't work. And just that feeling, like some people, I felt like I was just literally talking them out of it. I don't even know. Like, it was very weird. So I don't know what if I asked myself. I don't even know. Were they even ready? I don't know.
What's about this freak out mode?
I get it. My partner reckons I'm like a type A personality. So like I have to always, well, my background is sales. So
also
I've always been in a sales role, and as icky as that may sound, I love it because I love talking to people and helping them. That's what I see it as. But sometimes I like to put pressure on myself and try to get every sales. So I don't know, that's not possible, but it's like some of the people that you've had good rapport with, but then at the end of it, you've somehow messed it up. And that's what I struggle with.
So you see, there's a lot of conscious things going on. I'm type A personality. I'm doing this. I'm putting pressure on myself. That's all the symptom things she has asked herself. She's like circling in this symptom. And all we do is just stay curious and ask questions and see what happens.
How does that pressure help?
It doesn't.
That was not a very good question.
It doesn't help.
Matter.
I wish I could just go into them going, it's just a conversation, whatever. But
also here, I want to emphasize it doesn't matter what kind of question you ask, and you only know whether the question is good or not by the answer. So by asking that question, the answer was very fast, very conscious. It doesn't help. Blah, 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 blah. So it doesn't matter when you ask a question which doesn't bring out unconscious moments. Just ask another one and see what happens then. So stay curious, stay in the flow and see what happens. And that's what we're doing here.
I don't. I wish I could not let it affect the next call, or if I get a few no's, not let it affect the next one. And it's like, until I get the next yes, I'm like down. Sweet.
Weird. So what do you want to get out of today's session?
That's a great question. If you yourself as a therapist are not sure what the client really wants, what's really the goal here, as a therapist, you can't make her clients say yes. You can't change the circumstances your client is in. All you can do is like support your client to change something or have better options or whatever. So that's why I asked that question.
I don't know if it's like just a way to go into the calls with just not that attachment. You know, and it's again like one of those logical things that is said all the time, and like logically I know it, but yeah, I don't know.
So that's exactly what happens with your clients. We logically know all the solutions to our problems. I mean, why do we smoke? We logically know it's unhealthy. Why are we overweight? We logically know that we should exercise more and eat less, or whatever problem we create, we logically know how to get rid of it. But there's something underlying feeding this pattern, like doing this. And although once we have exhausted all the logic, the question is what's left and what's still holding us back. So that's where we're going.
I just wish I could just not be so like emotionally attached to whether they say yes or no.
So what's the illogical part of this?
That's a very funny question to ask. And it, from the outside, it might not make sense. And that's a question I've asked because she said, logically, I'll know all the stuff and I know what to do. And by asking this opposite question, it's really like almost like triggering the subconscious to find the answer, because it's not a logic answer and you can't find a logic answer or a conscious answer for this. And that's where she has to go to find an unconscious answer. It's just a start. Just watch.
Expecting everyone will say yes, maybe. And these are like leads coming that haven't really watched too much of my stuff. They're from ads, right? So they're a bit cold.
Again.
They don't really know me, so it's not really logical to expect that everyone's going to say yes after just meeting me the day before. And not knowing what hypnosis is and thinking I'm a traditional hypnotherapist. So there's a lot of things that have to happen before they get to a yes anyway.
Right.
And I think struggling with like doing all the ACH, knowing that it's like virtually impossible to explain and explaining it.
Right. So I try
to get more clients. I don't know, to help more people.
Do you have to explain ACH to your clients?
In a way, because they expect me to come onto the session and think I'm going to put them under.
So using this method too, that's one of the conclusions the client here has. And put them under is like just refer to the traditional hypnosis where you make an induction, where the client lies down, where the client gets into trance by using the scripts or inductions or whatever. So she would like to contrast this to the things or the method she's using. And we're still symptom levels. So she's that's one of her conclusions, that she has to explain to her clients what she's really doing. That's why she's partly stopped, but that's always or still symptom level. You see, it's conscious. There are some subconscious parts, but we're just exploring.
Yeah. So what's the...
But sometimes maybe I make the conclusion that it's because I haven't explained ACH properly. That's why they said no, but it's probably not. They probably just said no.
So being a therapist herself, she knows that she makes her own conclusion, and that's like backwards rationalizing whether she does that or not.
Right. She just said no.
Yeah.
So why does that affect you?
I guess I take it personally, like, yeah, probably make it mean something about myself. about
Yeah.
maybe not, I don't want to say not being good enough.
The sound is not good. You feel that somewhere in your body? I had the impression.
I'm not sure where though. I'm not sure if even clearing that will help, because I feel like I know it.
That's another thing. Although your clients know that they have some blocks, or like that they have already worked on this topic of being good enough, it's really a classic. She said, I'm not sure if this is going to go away or if this will change anything. So that's interesting. And the other thing I asked was like, do you feel it in your body? That's one part of conversational hypnosis where you use the emotional trance method, which will be explained in another sometime. You know it.
It's like, who am I trying to prove something to? It's also probably comes back into like that. I think I've gotten better at like the whole scarcity, like the ups and downs, but maybe it is also like, well, what if I don't get another client? But really, we've been getting clients consistently for the last year. So does it really matter? I don't know.
What's going
And
on?
I overthink it and then I screw it up. So I just want to be able to reset.
Reset. So sometimes your client shows you a hot word, and that's like this reset thing. It's said differently. It's like a metaphor, and that's why I'm feeding it back.
Yeah.
More unconscious moment appearing. There's something happening. Less speed, more contemplation. And this is therapy starting. This is, where's the induction? Where's the script? Where's the you are worthy suggestion and all that stuff? It's not, because the client goes into this at her own speed, organically, naturally, and we'll find her solution eventually. All we have to do as a therapist is to stay curious, to stay present, to hold space, and ask a few questions. How relaxing can that be as a therapist?
Like emotionally reset, not be so like, let it, bring me down so much.
Sorry, that's
not let it happen. Hey?
That's my dog, sorry. It's also, I shouldn't have said that, but because we don't hear it in the recording. I brought her out actually by mentioning something outside, but it doesn't matter because we go straight back in without having to do an induction or anything again. We're not doing it. So we're just continuing our conversation, which is all good. Hear the barking.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, then it's good. Emotional reset.
Yeah. Like, kind of like when I was like scared of not repeating my same results. That's not there for me anymore. But almost like I'm making the no's mean something. Like I just want to be able to detach from them. Like, how do you do that?
What do they mean, the no's?
Well, it's my own business, so it means they're saying no to me, or it feels like it. But when I worked in sales, did I let the no's mean anything? Not as much, not as personally. It's almost like it's almost like if I have a good call with someone, they're an emotional pain, they're like the perfect client. And then it's almost like I feel like if the call's gone really well and it feels like I've even talked them out of it. It's almost like I feel like it wouldn't happen if for some reason, is there some unconscious thing that's like making me talk them out of it? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm talking, these are like the perfect people. They know how much the program is. They've filled in the survey. They've seen some of my stuff. They've had a really good strategy call. And then they still say no. And that's what gets me. And it's like almost like I talk them out of it. And do I have some block that is doing that? Don't know.
Don't know. Right. Again, this was her backwards rationalization. So am I talking out of it? My client's out of it? Am I blocking myself? Is there something sabotaging this whole stuff? That's the conscious part, but you see the subconscious working also. And don't underestimate, even if it looks very relaxing, your subconscious is really working at lightning speed to find a solution to this. And you see the breathing, you see the eyes, watch the body language closely and see what happens. So it's all good. We're getting somewhere slowly, but patiently, and let's see what's happening.
I think it's like, you'll hear my dogs bark in a second. I think it's like realizing that I might unconsciously sabotage it. I don't know. Like, but why would I do that? Because, like, for example, there was this potential client, and like everything was going really well. And I was like, oh, I think it was because I was trying to follow a script, but not trying to at the same time. And I ended up just giving her the option of waiting for some reason. Like, why would I do that? Why on earth would I do that? I don't know. And that's what gets me. It's because you have the perfect person say all the perfect things, and then it's like I talked her out of it. It's like, what the hell?
What happened?
It's almost like I feel like I'm an empath, and like I can feel. I don't want to say fear, because like some people are. I can feel when the conversation is like flowing and like easy, and then other times not. And I'm trying not to be going into, a normal therapy session on the phone with people as well, making it like an hour-long therapy session on a free strategy call. So I think I'm consciously like so confused that it might be blocking me sometimes.
Consciously confused. How can you be consciously confused?
It's like I know I've been on so many sales calls, like I know what to say, what to do.
Right.
Maybe I'm trying to get it perfect. I don't know.
What's confusing about it? You've done it so often. You're a pro salesperson. So what's the confusion part in it?
Saying the perfect thing, I guess, the perfect pitch. Yeah. You get taught so often online that this 3-step process, and that's the only way to do it, you know?
Mm.
And learning ACH, it's like, well, that kind of goes out the window. And that's where I feel like, you know, my sales calls have gone. So it's like I'm grappling with it in my head.
Mm. So, but I mean, there is a certain process to it, to the sales call, not to ACH, but to the sales call. So what has changed?
I think like
you see again, this is all a mixture of conscious and unconscious information. You see sometimes rationalizing the conscious talk, but there's also, when you watch your body language, there's a lot going on subconscious. So we're getting there. It really needs some patience, holding space, and some curious questions, and also all this sighing and all the gazing and that stuff is all subconscious or unconscious, and eventually the conscious mind will give up and we'll find the subconscious.
I think it's because I'm not using a script during the therapy now, and using a script with the sales calls, and then feeling like that's a bit clunky.
Mm.
Yeah.
So you're confusing yourself with the clunkiness of the script.
Yeah.
So again, this is a very weird question, but it's like almost posed to her subconscious mind and not to her conscious mind. And she replied with a yes. And that also looked very subconscious with the nodding and the body language. So we're getting closer. And what does that have to do with worthiness? There we have it.
Could be hiding behind the script. Don't know.
So this is therapy, people. It's not, I'm going to put you down to sleep. You're going to take the stairs down to the, you're going to walk stairs down, or you're going to walk along the beach. This client is doing her trance her way, and it's organic. It's very casual. It's very natural. And not knowing is in this case a very good answer, because her conscious mind doesn't know the answer, and now it's going to search, or the subconscious is going to search for the answer. And that's why these subconscious moments appear: the gazing, the looking down, also the slowness of replying, or the breath and all that stuff. So look at this.
Not sure.
Where do you feel this? Yes.
It's in my jaw, to be honest.
What's happening there?
Just tight, and then my shoulders, but they're always sore, so I don't know. But
Right. Don't underestimate this. There's so much going on subconsciously. Her mind is really speeding, racing, trying to find a solution to this because she has exhausted all her logic, all her conscious. And now her conscious mind is like getting tired. And that's when the unconscious mind is getting more space to find a solution to. It's like the conscious mind has almost given up and shutting up. Sometimes you hear it say something, but all the rest is unconscious. And that's her way. She does trance. Every client does trance differently. And that's how she does it in this moment. And just go with the flow, hold the space and see what happens. There you go.
I don't know. I actually don't know. Self-worth.
Self-worth. That was a long blink. Gazing, self-worth, searching for the answer. Another blink.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm thinking anything right now. I'm just staring.
So this is trance. This is the way this client does trance. And this is also therapy because her subconscious mind is at the moment solving her problem. Although she hasn't found a solution yet, there's a lot going on. And it's just, she said, I don't know what I'm thinking. It's just empty. And that's exactly where the solution lies. Or where she will find the solution.
To be honest, I have no idea. I'm lost.
Right. Lost. In self-worth. There you go. All the way now. All the way. Self-worth. So again, where's the suggestions? Where's the script I'm using to how to get over imposter syndrome, or like how to get over strategy calls with too many no's? There's no script. There's no language pattern. There's nothing I had to memorize or I have to use. It's simply a conversation and realizing when the client goes into trance and how she goes into it, and staying curious, holding space and asking questions. And the client is doing all the work. We're simply there for them and we're asking a few questions. So how easy can therapy be, but still how powerful at the same time? So all the way. These are so-called process instructions, but you can also just stay silent. Because her subconscious mind is now doing all the work, finding solutions. You're doing great.
It's like it's all tight.
All on your shoulders. Yeah. A lot to carry. Right. That was a good one. Doing great. There you go. So this can take for as long as it takes. That's why we don't limit our sessions. And that's why our prices are higher. Because you don't want to say here, oh, my next client is coming in 5 minutes. You have to get out of this. All the way. So where's the catalepsy? Where's the arm levitation? Where's all that stuff? It's not needed. It's not needed. Your clients show how they want to go into trance, how they want to do trance. And when they want to come out, they will come when they're ready. Here we are. What's happening?
It's like just asking myself. I can't remember. I was asking myself something then, but what was more like, why can't I just get on the calls and have fun almost?
So you maybe also notice the difference in her facial expression. Seems more smooth, more relaxed. And this have fun is like a first resource of many which will come. And this came out of the subconscious. So the subconscious has like tried to rejiggle, loosen this knot and rejiggle all everything, and is now trying to come up with new versions, new ahas, new ideas. And it doesn't necessarily mean that this fun thing is like the most important thing. It's just popping up like different colors of balls for the conscious part to try on and to see, oh, how does that feel? Are you happy with that? How do I feel with this version? And it's all coming up organically without me telling her, why don't you just have more fun in your strategy calls? I mean, this would have been rejected right away. So it's really organically the client finding her own solutions. That's what I mean with it. And that's here, you see it live happening.
But then I feel like I don't I'm not following the right structure, so I'm not going to make sales if I have fun.
So that's her conscious conclusion again?
Have you had fun before?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I've had a lot of calls that have been fun. And I've just been
with or without structure.
I've had good ones with both, to be honest. So it's hard to differentiate them.
So you were just you said?
Yeah, where I wasn't worried about saying the perfect thing or the perfect tone or did I miss something, you know.
Brought the fun back.
Yeah. Just had fun. But also not like not made it mean anything about me. So like for example, I have 2 people in my calendar this week. They've answered they're not financially ready, right? Because I know that they're not going into it. But like part of me is like, just get on even if it's 5 minutes. And then the other part's like, no, well, you should cancel it. And so then I just get stuck same way on my calls, like where I'm like, if I end up taking too many of those, then I do get burnt out. So it's like, I don't know, just how maybe I just need to have more fun with it, not attached to it so much. Let it go almost, like it wasn't the right timing.
Yeah.
You know, I have actually started saying to people instead of being like, well, the price goes up and blah, 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 just start saying like, honestly, come back and see me when you're ready. Like, that's all I'm saying now because I'm like, well, I don't care if they like that part. Once I accept the no, I'm like, okay, I'll leave the ball in your court. And to me, that is me being me. Like, it's me not following someone else's script. It's me not following like the proposal, like all the.
So you see now the conscious mind is catching up. It's really all conscious now again. You see that from that subconscious moment, she has pulled out one resource, which is called fun. So we have this blue ball called fun in our hand, and she's like rejiggling, seeing if it fits, seeing if that's a resource she wants to keep, and like backwards rationalizing why this could be a good resource or why not. So it's all good. It's always, conversations are always a mixture of conscious and subconscious parts, moments, information. Just go with it.
Other stuff because I do not have time to follow. I actually don't have time to follow up with them. I really don't. So they need to come to me when they're ready. Like that part, why can I be so confident in that? But it's like when I hear the no, but even that, I'm like, will they come back? I don't know. Is that the right thing to do? Does it matter? No.
So you just forgot to have fun with these calls.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess more like just being me.
Another resource? I wonder what that has to do with your worthiness.
I don't know, like if I'm not being me. I don't know. Don't know. Oh, I'm lost. I don't.
Again, with that question, I brought it back to something deeper. You saw that she was getting all in the symptom level again about overthinking and having fun, and the resources were all right. But the deeper thing, which brought her into this trance, was something connected to worthiness. And all I did was like connecting the new resource back into the deeper topic, and it caught her again. There you see subconscious moments happening again.
I don't know. What does that have to do with my worthiness?
How's your jaw now? How's your jaw?
It's fine. My neck is a bit tight now. I don't know. Is it like clearing that worthiness? But what am I actually looking for?
Right.
Is every call going to run smooth? Probably not. Sometimes I end a therapy session, fuck just happened. I don't even know. And I'm not so attached to that. I'm getting better at that.
So what are you looking for?
Like, I want to just be able to I don't know, get on calls, have a day of calls, and not make the no's mean anything, not just trust, like, if they're gonna become a client, well, they will do it in their own time. And to be honest, I don't want a client that's not all in and says yes on the call, because the people that have said yes a day or two later, I haven't had a great experience with. So probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Probably unconsciously, maybe I'm sensing that they're like that, so I am pushing them away. So maybe not realizing my own inner strengths to pick that up. Weirdly. Could be.
Your strength.
Yeah. Because I feel like I've, been not doing ACH for that long, but quite a lot of my clients do get a breakthrough within the first session. And so I feel like intuitively I'm good at picking things up. So maybe it's just that I'm not trusting my own, as woo-woo as it is, like intuition, and like just saying to myself, well, if they were saying all the perfect things, but if they weren't a yes, like there's obviously something you picked up on that made you push them away. Maybe that's what it is.
So you just forgot to trust. You're back.
Right.
You just forgot to trust your intuition in the strategy calls too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So notice I'm not suggesting anything. I'm just asking back the words she used and asking, maybe that's the case, or is it? Or like, and she can either take it on or reject it. So it's not that I'm like pushing my version, my suggestions, my affirmations onto her, but she has come up with this new resources, this new strategy, more or less. And it's also, you see many unconscious moments, but you see also conscious talk, conscious, like that's the way she does it. That's the way she rationalizes what she does and her actions. And that will always be like this. We are all mixture of conscious and unconscious things, unconscious speech, unconscious and conscious speech. So that's all good. It's not that they have to stay in trance for like 2 hours and get this whiz boom bang breakthrough, but she has to figure it out. There's something has shifted in the subconscious, but she's still trying to figure out what has shifted and how she's going to use new resources. And they all pop up from time to time.
I trust her on therapy calls. Yeah. I don't worry about those. But I need to trust my intuition more on strategy calls. And like, if there's a reason they're not saying yes at the end, whether it's from me unconsciously pushing them away, even if they're the perfect client, there's a reason for it. Like there's so many sales trainings out there. It's like, you can get better at sales, like learn the tone, pick up on this, like objection handle here, pre-object. And so I think that runs through my head, like I should have done better here. And, you know, I could have prevented that objection and I should have seen that one. It's like, no, like I don't want them as a client if they're not a yes.
Right.
And I do get yeses. I get a lot of women say yes on the phone, like a lot. And for a, you know, a cold audience, about 40 to 50% average close rate, which is pretty good.
Right.
So
why worry?
Yeah, exactly. Why worry? I shouldn't. Why should I? But I need to just trust myself more on these calls and just have, I can have a framework. I do have to have some way of consciously explaining what I do so it makes sense to them because they don't know. But also at the same time, some people, I end the sales call and they're a yes, and I'm like, I do not even know what I said. Wouldn't have a clue what I've sold them.
Right.
But something.
Like in the ACH session.
Yeah. Sometimes it's that easy. Yeah. So why should I worry? I think the biggest thing I've just realized is not trusting my own intuition and like listening to all the other stuff out there. And what did attract me to Masters was literally the whole reason I bought it was so that I didn't have to use a strategy call script. Right. That's the only reason I bought Masters. I wasn't sold on too much more else but that one thing. So obviously it's important to me, but I realize I'm not, like, I don't know, obviously you can't give me the answers, but do you think that maybe it is unconsciously I'm pushing them away because I've picked up on something? I don't know if that makes any sense.
Does it? Does it matter? So that's something you have to watch out, especially if you were a coach before, even if your client asks you directly, how do you see that? Restrict yourself from answering this. Really ask something back and let your client find their solution. It's so much more beautiful. If I would have told her, yes, of course, you are doing this, I would have like said something subconscious in her, which is not beneficial at all. So really let your clients find their way out, because their way out will be the best way, and you can't know that way.
I don't think so. I think I said before, sometimes it's like just knowing, like sometimes I do feel like a lone ranger kind of thing, like in the whole business space. Like, I don't know. No one else in ACH or 100K or anywhere run ads, I don't think. It's like no one really knows what I do different.
So that's the first part of this demo breakdown. I would like to stop here under an hour, and I will continue the second part in another video. So thank you for watching. Watch the second part too, because there's so much good stuff still coming. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next part. Bye.